Um, yeah. Hello everyone and welcome to the Captain's Video Weblog. We are Monday, January the 25th. January the 25th? Yeah, 2016. And, boy howdy. It's fairly cold. Um, well, I mean, since the door now is open, I'm gonna have to close this door. The dog is sitting on the ground outside. It used to be a thing that he did last summer, but was most often, I let him out in the morning and he was waking up. He sat there, looking at nothing. I always felt that it was pretty weird, maybe some introspection or I don't know. Don't drink water! Ah! Stop it! It's not good. Oh god. Yeah, it's been raining the last couple of days, so obviously there's somewhere pretty much everywhere. Yeah. So yesterday was the Royal Rumble, and I gotta say that it was pretty good. One of my friends who also watches wrestling doesn't quite agree with me, but it's all a question of perspective. From my perspective, 2015 has been a horrible year. That pretty much concluded, pretty much the worst times I've in the years I've watched wrestling, and I've been watching wrestling for like more than 8 years at this point. So yeah, I would know what I'm talking about. I mean, Damon Sandow cashing in the money in the bank on John Cena, but it doesn't work. Well, John Cena is injured. What the hell? I don't know. CM Punk not main eventing a pay-per-view during his 434-day tenure as the champ. Playing second fiddle to John Cena, only main eventing when it was against John Cena or when John Cena was injured. I have so many examples. It would be too long to explain, but yeah, basically yesterday was not perfect. I mean, there's stuff to talk about, like what the hell, Ric Flair? What did you kiss Becky Lynch on the lips? That's not really acceptable. If it had been pitched, then what the fuck, creative? But if it had not been pitched, then Jesus Christ, Rick, you're like nearly 80 years old. Calm down. I liked Sasha Banks' assault. She made Charlotte believe that the BFFs had reformed and then backstab her because, yeah, that's a good symbol. And then the Banks statement, just for the message, like I'm coming for your title. Fuck you. Didn't quite like the fact that she kicked Becky because why? Huh? Why? What use is it? Gaining the trust of your enemy, huh? I don't know. But yeah, Kalisto. Wish he would have kept the title the first time, but I guess they had to have a match for the title at a pay-per-view. I don't know. Kalisto has recently been, like on fire. He's hot as hell, and because of the TLC match, I saw the Lucha Dragons as the only team able to rightfully take the tag team belts from the New Day. So it's not a surprise that the Usos have lost. It was a good match, but I don't see the Usos winning. That lack popularity. I don't understand why they were the tag team of the year of the Slammy Award, since one of them was on the shelf for like 6 months. And New Day has been there all fucking year. Well, nearly, but get my point. What else? There was a lack of legends in the Royal Rumble, but then again, the context, the match being about the World Heavyweight Championship, I didn't think that it allowed for a legend to intervene. And then again, who could it who who would it be? You know, the Dudleys are back. Rob Van Dam, I don't know. Maybe he's with Jeff Jarrett, like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Let's not talk about Hulk Hogan. You know, CM Punk, the Hardys. At the end of the day, it was pretty predictable that Triple H would win because he was the only fair choice. He was like, well, I guess that I'm surrounded by idiots, so I guess I have to take things by myself. You know, it was pretty much the thing as I understood it. Roman Reigns would have been a sure way to get, you know, even more cancellations of subscriptions to the network, because you've seen what he did last year. Even The Rock couldn't help it. But yeah, I mean, I didn't like Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble. Definitely not good for him. Not good for making him look strong. Last year he spent like half of his time in the match napping in a corner. This time he was carted off before the halfway point. He got attacked by the League of Nations and then was carted out, and pretty much, you know, he recuperated backstage, because it's fairly interesting to see that he's gassed so quickly. Just how does that happen? You know, it just doesn't happen. You cannot make a guy enter at number one, and then, you know, at one point, well, I mean, it doesn't look that good. So let's just, you know, stage an ambush and make him go out. I didn't see Kofi get eliminated, which was pretty weird. Might have happened at one point with the Wyatts, or maybe Brock Lesnar. I don't know. And yeah, you see the whole thing at the end. Couldn't have been Roman Reigns, because you don't want to see that happening. Couldn't have been Sheamus, because it's a waste of time. Ambrose, why not? Then again, he's the Intercontinental Champion, and I would have been, you know, admitting that they've been wrong, and that's not something that Vince will do right now. But yeah, Triple H, not the best choice, the only logical choice. It's pretty much the thing we have to remember. Besides, holy fucking shit, AJ Styles. The rumors were true. The hottest free agent. After the curtain call, the previous event at in Duluth for ROH, you know, curtain call, you know, all the Bullet Club members, you know, huddling us. It was pretty emotional, I will say, but yeah. AJ Styles in WWE. It's like the stars are aligned. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mention Chris Jericho. He sold himself as being a contender for the Royal Rumble, and I'm pretty sure that everyone, me included, didn't see him as a possible contender for the title. He entered number 5. Yeah, right after Tyler Breeze. Sorry, and he lasted nearly into the final 4. That was a very good touch. Made him a credible challenger, even more so than Brock Lesnar somehow, even though Brock Lesnar has been eliminated by the Wyatts, who, for 3 of them, had already been eliminated. But we will not talk about that, since there's precedence of wrestlers eliminating themselves. So yeah, maybe the only thing that's kinda, you know, shady is The Miz, waiting for like at least 2 entrants before entering the Royal Rumble, getting inside the ring, because I don't think that's really legal, but there's no rule that would justify his elimination in storyline. So, and then again, The Miz storylines. Who cares, really? Yeah. Besides that, I spent the whole evening reading on Wikipedia about the history of Argentina. It started with an article about Marcelo Bielsa. God, he was the best coach we had in a while at Marseille, and he left because he didn't. I mean, he had his philosophy of the game, and the club probably didn't believe in it enough to ingrain with investment funds and whatnot. I can understand why he left. Just it's not that I don't like Mitchell, but he kind of needs to leave, really. Also, we are on the 25th of January, and apparently our first lead for the Mercato, the market window, has been reactivated, as Newcastle seems to have reached an agreement with West Ham, I think, or Tottenham for Townsend. So Tottenham might finally come. Took nearly a month. That's great, real great. So anyway, yeah, I was reading on Bielsa. The first they were talking about a club he trained, which was Vélez Sarsfield, and it's something that's always interested me about Argentinian and Chilean history, and really the whole southern cone of Southern America. How many Irish people and Welsh, English, went in a country where the predominant language is Spanish. So Vélez Sarsfield was a great minister. The club has been named after a train station that had been named after a minister who had helped writing the civil code that was in effect in Argentina until 2015. But before that, it had been in place since 1869. So it survived through the really weird period of expansionism of Argentina, and then the shaking, for lack of a better term, 20th century. With like 5 or 6 coups in 50 years. That's fucked up. Yeah. Just one thing, like there was the 12th or the 13th president at the turn of the century. Right now we're almost at the 50th, which means that presidents haven't lasted long, even though most of them were militaries, chiefs of the junta. Yeah, we were replaced as soon as something went wrong, as experienced by the last military president of Argentina, who was ousted after the terrible defeat in the Falklands War. Yeah, it's kind of weird that a territory. I'm not gonna take a stance here. It's kind of weird that a territory that's so close to a country is and so far from the country that administers it is under the administration of that country, of the latter country, instead of the former country. Even though people on the Falklands, on the southern Georgia and the southern Sandwich Islands, they are apparently okay with being British. Especially with now that the fact that they are full citizens after from a bill that had been passed after the Falklands War. So yeah, it's really interesting. Oh yeah, I read a bit also about the railways, which is probably how I went from the minister who had signed who had authored the civil code until really the president and whatnot. Oh shit, the rice cooker has turned off. It's probably not even cooked. Yeah, the rice cooker. It's fucked. But I keep on using it because there's nothing much to do about that. I mean, besides buying another one, and another one, and another one. That's what you get for drinking shitty water. Dumb dog. I like him. He's not really intelligent, but I like him. He's also young, so that's, you know, that balances out the whole thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.